right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, bye. Hello.
Hello, you've recorded the perfect 4-minute intro for our podcast.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's me listening to my wife talk to me on the phone. It's my new ASMR series. Me listening to my wife talk to me on the phone.
I'd honestly be surprised if that didn't already exist. Just someone real close to a mic going, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Phil Stressman's supportive husband grunts. Affirming partner noises.
Aw.
There are those. Have you seen the Funky Kong ASMRs where it's like Funky Kong is supportive during your divorce, or like Funky Kong picks you up from the airport?
No?
You should check them out. They're very good.
Okay. Huh. Funky Kong's not the type I would think for an ASMR video, since he is generally loud and boisterous.
Yeah, it's very out of character for what you'd expect from the funkiest Kong.
Yeah.
There aren't really any very mellow Kongs. They're all, I guess, Dixie's pretty mellow.
Dixie's
She's not
pretty
real
chill.
over the top.
Cranky, I think, is mellow by default since he old.
But he's cranky. You can't be cranky and mellow.
That's a good point. What was the Grandma Kong's name?
There's a Grandma Kong?
There was a Grandma Kong. She was in the first one, and then I think in Diddy's Conquest, she's a ghost.
That's dark. Hong Kong Grandma?
No, it's definitely not that. That sounds like a movie we should fix.
I Googled Grandma Kong, and the first suggestion was Hong Kong Grandma Ghost.
Wrinkly Kong.
It's an urban legend. Here is a ghost lady who will follow you in your dreams. This post is about some Korean or popular in Korean urban legends. Hong Kong Grandma. Okay, I know the name is kind of funny, but this grandma was the terror of many children in the 80s. Children were so frightened they refused to go anywhere or stay alone. National paranoia even appeared on the news. Hong Kong Grandma was an old lady who took the plane to Hong Kong with her cat to visit her grandson.
Is this a
But the plane
creepypasta?
crashed, and they both died, and Grandma was so sad she couldn't see her grandson, she became a ghost. For some reason, the cat spirit and Grandma's spirit fused, and she became the thing half old lady and half cat. She follows you when you are alone and eventually kills you.
So,
There's a drawing here of an old lady with a half cat face.
is it like Batman Two-Face? Like literally like half her face is a cat and half is an old lady? Like
Correct.
straight down the middle?
There's not a straight line. It's the nose sort of blends from lady nose to cat nose.
And now, nothing in that backstory explained to me why she's called Hong Kong Grandma.
She was an old lady. She was taking the plane to Hong Kong.
But the plane didn't make it there. She was never in Hong Kong.
The cat is maybe a more important aspect of her character.
Yeah.
I guess maybe there's lots of half cat, half grandma ghosts, and they have to specify which one they're talking about.
If I get on a plane and I'm flying to, it doesn't matter. Let's say what if I'm flying to Miami, but I've got to transfer through Detroit, but my plane crashes on the way to Detroit. Am I going to be the Detroit ghost? Is that how it works? No. You're associated with the last place you were headed towards?
No, because she's not the Hong Kong ghost. You're the Detroit brother.
Oh.
Well, I mean, who are you going to visit? Because she was going to visit her grandson in Hong Kong. That makes her the Hong Kong grandma. So who are you going to visit?
But again, I was going to Miami, so I guess I was just going to visit the airport in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Detroit airport boy. Detroit.
The Detroit airport passenger. Ooh.
Do you want to hear another creepy Korean urban legend since we're here?
All right. Yes, I want to hear another creepy Korean urban legend.
Elevator psycho. A girl was going back home late. She took the elevator alone. Just when the doors were about to close, a man stepped inside. He did not look weird or something. Just a random middle-aged man. He looked at the buttons and said, "You live on the 13th floor?" "Yeah," replied the girl. "Oh, I live on the 12th floor," he said. Then he pushed the button, smiling. The elevator stopped on the 12th floor. The man stepped out and said, "Bye. See you," replied the girl. Then as the doors were closing, he faced the girl and pulled a knife out of his pocket and said, "Upstairs," with a creepy smile.
Wait, okay. That was a wild twist of an ending. I thought the girl was going to end up being a ghost and there was no 13th floor. I thought the guy was going to get off that elevator and be like, wait a second, I'm on the top floor. Jeez.
He's just a maniac, man.
So neither of those sound like urban legends per se. Like that last one especially just kind of sounds like a thing that happened maybe. B, they also don't sound Korean to me. They sound like something someone in this country wrote, like maybe in the early 2000s when J-horror was all the rage.
This was written by Asher Terraname. This was written by A Shorter Name in May 31 of 2014.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Imager. It's creepy Korean urban legends. So yeah, I'm sorry, we got on that because we were talking about the half lady, half cat ghost from Diddy Quest.
Wrinkly Kong, yeah.
Wrinkly Kong. Wait, was that her name?
Her name was Wrinkly Kong.
Hong Kong Grandma. Wrinkly Kong was her real name?
Yep, I'm on the Donkey Kong wiki here, and it's really sad because they've got a picture of her, and it's captioned Wrinkly Kong before her death, and I find that sad.
Oh my god. Yeah, she was like a fun jogger of a lady. I remember her.
Yeah, she taught you stuff in the first game, and then in the second game, she's dead.
Yeah, I mean, what'd she learn, right?
Time makes a fool of us all.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's her final lesson.
Well, James, before time plays its nasty tricks on you and me, would you like to make a podcast?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh my god, I'm sorry. The cursor on the Donkey Kong wiki is one of those little bees.
Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, was she allergic to bees, do you think? Is that how she died?
Oh, they're everywhere on that island. She should have left.
They're very large, too. You don't necessarily have to be allergic. If you get a wasp stinger in your abdomen that's 3 feet long, it's like, oh no, my allergy.
Yep, yeah.
I'm allergic to massive internal organ trauma.
They are easy to avoid, though, because they just tend to fly like either up and down or in a circle or they sit still.
Oh, yeah. Tell that to the 100-year-old wrinkly gorilla. They're easy to avoid on your morning jog.
Yeah, fair.
Welcome to Movie Improving.
Hello. That's all going to be fun to edit before the intro.
This is your world's first and foremost film repair podcast. I'm your licensed and board-certified film repair technician, Film Strumsman.
And I'm your executive spooky ghost ape, James Kettler.
Oh, you got promoted.
Yeah, we all know the chain of succession at this company. Film form, executive spooky ghost ape.
Yeah. And then there's that big corner office door with 3 question marks on it.
And that's your title. It's just,
we don't know what goes on in there. But I do want to clarify that all human ghosts are ghost apes, James.
That's an excellent point, Phil. But yeah,
unless you're some sort of half cat ghost.
No, look, I'm a human ghost, but the title is that because any ape can get that job.
Oh, okay, got it. That explains all of these orangutans and chimpanzees in the office.
Yeah.
They're just vying for that promotion.
Yeah, Phil, I'm taking over from the orangutan from Every Which Way But Loose.
He must be so old.
Yeah, well, he's a ghost, Phil.
Oh, they become ghosts first and then they get but you're still an alive boy, right?
For now, yeah. Once I accept the position, we'll see. My first day is Wednesday, so.
And your last day on Earth. Remember that commercial, that Super Bowl commercial where the guy goes to work and all of his coworkers are chimpanzees?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
What was that a commercial for?
It doesn't matter because advertising is nonsense and it doesn't work.
James, would you like to repair a movie trailer?
Yeah, speaking of advertising, let's watch a movie advertising.
Noise. While I have you here still on the material plane.
Yeah.
James, I'm on trailers.apple. I'm looking at something here called Beyond White Space.
Uh-huh. Yep. That was my first call too. Yep.
It looks like it might be pretty goofy, but let's find out.
Oh, it's people. It's people are the real monsters, Phil.
Oh, I just thought the monsters didn't have to hide. James, they finally did it. They made a Moby Dick in space.
Oh, is that what that was? Oh. I thought it was just like a new release for the Xbox 360 coming out in 2018.
Yeah, Master Chief was up there. But
Mhm.
like no, it's Moby Dick. It's a space fishing vessel where they fish for space fish. And this guy's like, I'm gonna reel in the biggest catch of it all, but not because I'm hungry for fish, but because of revenge reasons. That's Moby Dick.
Yeah. All right. So what other classic American novels can we set in space then, Phil? Because I'm happy with Moby Dick in space. That's a fine movie premise for me. So what other ones we got?
Well, so I guess we don't need to repair this trailer since you love it so much. I don't know, man. I'm not literate. What are books? The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, outer space, floating on a raft down through the solar system.
The As I Lay Dying in Space.
What's that?
It's-
What is that?
I don't remember what the book's about. I just remember it's a book I read and I liked the title.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You read it, but you don't remember anything about it.
Nope. I had to read it for school, Phil.
Ugh, school for idiots. The Space Grapes of Wrath.
Ooh, that could be good. Oh, this part of space, no jobs anymore. No jobs anymore in this part of space. Got to go out Jupiter way.
Yeah, carpet bag our asses over to Jupiter.
Yeah.
And then die and then suck on a
Suck on an old man's titty.
Yeah, suck on an old man's
Wait,
titty, but he's
that's
got
not-
three
wait.
he's got three titties like from Total Recall.
In a
The old man.
You gotta suck his titty for the space milk, become immortal.
Yeah, this is the second episode in a row where we've talked about sucking on weird breast milk.
It is?
Yep.
What did we talk about in the last one?
Yummy mummy.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. The Space Gatsby.
Ooh, a Space Gatsby. I like that. The new Gilded Age, the Gilded Outer Space Age.
Mhm.
All of them spaceships are gilded. They covered them all in gold.
We're colonizing Mars and like it's just bustling, and some dude who didn't do shit on Earth goes to Mars, becomes a con man, tells everybody lies about himself, make himself sound important.
And then Baz Luhrmann is there. I don't know what happens in The Great Gatsby. He gets in a car accident, I think.
He falls in love with his cousin. He gets in a car accident. He dies in a pool.
Okay, so instead of a car, it's a spaceship, and instead of a swimming pool, it's a spaceship with a swimming pool on it.
The car accident and the swimming pool death are actually one and the same in this version. We merge those two plot points.
Yeah, audiences these days, they don't have the attention span for several scenes.
Yeah.
Gotta just give it all to me as quick as possible. Eat that pill. Eat that food pill like a Jetsons would do.
His spaceship crashes while he's in the swimming pool, leading to his death.
Also, I think the guy it's the Jetson.
It's George Jetson.
Who's the guy from The Great Gatsby? Not the Gatsby, but the other guy.
I don't know, Mark.
Yeah, Mark is George Jetson, and I think The Great Gatsby is actually the Great Gazoo.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you come to my party tonight, dum-dum?
Because the Jetsons and the Flintstones are canonically in the same universe, right?
Yeah, they met. They're just at different points in time.
Yes, it's the Great Gazoo in space.
The Great Gazootsby.
The Great Gazootsby. Yep, that's the one. James, would you like to repair another trailer?
Yeah, I sure would, Phil.
Is anything jumping out at you here?
Phil, look, you see a movie called Tall Tales?
Yeah, I see it. There's an ant on it.
From the Magical Garden of Antoon Krings.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know, let's find out. He's a real Jiminy Cricket looking motherfucker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of those jump ants. I feel like we just saw the movie already.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, huh?
That trailer was the whole movie. We've seen it. A cricket shows up and gets framed for bee murder, and then a bunch of bee-nanigans happens, and then the cricket wins. Why is this cricket caught up in all this bee business?
I don't know. Just based on his appearance, I'm gonna say it was a Music Man, Marge versus the Monorail-esque con job scheme.
Oh, but it all went bad, huh?
Yeah, just coincidentally, someone more evil than him had a more evil scheme to assassinate the queen, and he got all tied up in it.
Yeah, I think so. My first thought when the cricket man was getting led into the woods by the nasty wasp lady is that she was gonna sting him and paralyze him and then lay her eggs in his abdomen. And then he was going to stay alive long enough for her larva to consume his innards and then emerge from his desiccated husk. So I think that's probably what this movie should be.
Just a gross body horror. Basically a bug's life and death.
Yeah, and I think it's all about the cricket and him coming to terms with his fate and living every moment that he has left to the fullest, and then really learning the beauty of becoming a mother
and the self-sacrifice that comes with it.
Yeah, the self-sacrifice that comes with being the unwilling host to the birth of a larval version of a different species from yourself.
Yeah. So it's like a bug's life plus alien plus just the good feelings of motherhood.
Yeah, it's that French movie L'Intérieur?
No.
A really good horror movie about a pregnant lady who's getting chased around her house by a lady who's trying to cut her baby out.
Ugh.
So this would be L'Intérieur d'une bug.
Inside the bug.
Inside of a bug. Yeah, it's L'Intérieur d'une bug. It's just good. There's another bug, I guess.
That's pretty fucking good.
It's real good. James, do you feel sufficiently warmed up to fix this movie?
No, but I don't know that I ever will be.
James, why have you done this to us yet again?
I don't know. It was a horrible mistake.
You did a bad mistake.
Oh.
You did crimes against me and yourself in this podcast.
So I random number generated another random year, and I got 1991.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who was a really big deal in 1991, Phil?
The recently passed ex-president George H.W. Bush.
No, someone almost as bad. Vanilla Ice.
Well, I would argue Vanilla Ice killed way fewer children. Yeah, Cool as Ice came out that year, huh? The Vanilla Ice movie. The movie that was going to really just, what's this phrase? Catapult him to the stardom of being in movies.
The purple rain for Vanilla Ice, if you will.
James, speaking of common phrases, did you know that the phrase, you've got another thing coming?
Yeah, huh?
Did you know it's actually, you've got another think coming?
What? Think isn't a noun, Phil.
As in, like, you thought wrong, you've got another think coming because you are mistaken.
That sounds made up. That's not real.
It's fucking real. I Googled it. I just learned that today.
What?
Yeah. You've got another think coming.
So someone said it wrong once and we just stuck with it?
Yeah, I think it's just, that's how language evolves, right? Like, people start saying wrong and then all of a sudden wrong is right.
That's how we got just desserts.
What was it before?
Just deserts.
What?
It makes more sense if you think about it, because it's supposed to be like getting your just desserts is like getting exactly what you deserve. So you think like an old-timey, like the image I have in my head is like an old-timey monarch does something horrible, steals a bunch of land, but oops, it's just deserts.
Yeah, he got his just deserts.
Yeah.
That's a bad saying.
Just desserts is a bad saying. What the fuck does just desserts mean? He got his just desserts. Well, that's what every child wishes for every day.
They were poisoned desserts.
Well, if you have to elaborate further on information that's not given in the saying, it's not a good saying.
No, it's one of those parenthetical sayings. Like, oh, he's going to get his just desserts, and then in parentheses, the desserts were poisoned.
Just in brackets.
Yeah. James, what movie are we repairing this week? It's the 1991 Vanilla Ice, according to Wikipedia, romantic musical comedy film. James, that's 4 genres. This movie transcends all genres. The genres of romantic, comedy, musical, and film. Vanilla Ice said, you know what? No one genre for me, thank you. I want my film to be as many genres as my pants are colors.
Oh, Phil, do you think it was Vanilla Ice's idea of romance to just have him and his love interest like play tag in a half-constructed house?
It's been a dream of his for so long.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In this fucking David Lynch-ass neighborhood that this movie takes place in.
Yeah, with all the identical conical trees.
Yeah, it's weird. It was a weird place that they did it.
Phil, I did text you. There were some pretty artistic people like on the production side of this movie. Like this movie's director of photography would go on to win an Oscar in only 3 years for doing Schindler's List.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, like 2 years after this movie, he did Jurassic Park, and he's been the cinematographer for every Steven Spielberg movie since.
How many other great movies did the writer of this movie, David Sten, go on to write after this one?
Oh, I don't know. I do know that the director went on to direct the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget movie, and I think that's it.
Yeah, we might have to fix that one at some point.
So I think it's clear to me that the cinematographer was like, okay, I know exactly what movie I'm making. I know who I'm working with. I'm just going to try some shit out. Because this movie looks wild.
It looks like an extended music video, frankly.
Yeah. But there's a lot of just weird and odd choices, like all over the place. Like, what the fuck is with that sequence where we first meet Kathy's family? And it's shot like a goddamn like Mountain Dew commercial with like a fish angle lens and like at double speed, and everybody's just seizing around wildly.
Yeah, it was the 90s, dog, and like everyone hated the, suburban families. Yuck.
Yeah.
Vomit face.
Gross.
I was going to say vomit emoji, but they didn't have emojis yet, so it was just like a drawing of a vomit face. You had to hand draw all your own emojis back then.
Yep. And the aforementioned slow-mo playing tag in a half-built house scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Featuring the most terrifying shot in cinema where Vanilla Ice jumps at the camera and sticks his tongue out in slow motion.
Oh, man. I mean, that was the highlight of his performance, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it was the one believable thing he did besides dance.
Honestly, even the dancing, I was like, is this him or is this a double?
It's lit very poorly. They could be hiding his face.
Yeah, he had a big old hat on. I don't know if that was a Vanilla Ice or a different flavor. James, can I get a musical romantic comedy film? Give him your worst first theme song real quick, please.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, when you got an idea and it sucks, give them to them first. Then you got an idea, it's still really, really bad, but you gave it out first, so that's all that matters. I'm Vanilla Ice.
I like the ending. A lot of times rappers will say their name at the beginning of the song, but I like how you chose to sort of sign it like an email. Also, I feel like I've heard that beat somewhere before.
No, you haven't, Phil. It's different.
Okay, got it. This isn't really even an idea so much as a line from the movie that I wrote down.
Oh my God, please tell me it's the same one I wrote down.
So my give 'em your worst first idea here is a film called I'm a Big Boy and Also Thirsty.
So it's just about a very large, just a really large guy on his quest to drink. He's drinking. It's a very giant man or person. It's a very giant person, and they're very thirsty, and they are drinking every single Great Lake, and soon Michigan won't be mitten shaped anymore.
Now, James, are they thirsty or are they thirsty?
I think both, Phil.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think they feel the thirst. And at first they mistake it for like actual thirst, but as they drink more and more water, they realize, nah, it's thirst.
For Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Okay.
They're drinking up. They're a big boy, James, and they're so thirsty. They're a big, wet fucking baby, and they're so thirsty. And they're scrambling around the countryside, smashing barns and crushing houses. And drinking up all of the cow's milk. They're sucking on cow udders and like
sucking them cows dry.
And none of it satisfies. None of it really, none of it gives them those craves. They need the craves, James. So they find that big old 3-liter bottle of Code Red at the Walmart, and they chug that down, and that's the flavors they needed.
Yeah.
And they shrink back down to normal size, and they turn super hot. And it was actually Kristen Minter the entire time.
Oh, all right.
And she turns to the camera and she says, hello, it's me, Kristen Minter. When you've got a big thirst, it turns you into a big wet baby. The only one that can solve your it's all of your flavors is Mountain Dew Code Red.
Oh, so this is just a Mountain Dew commercial.
Well, it's called brand synergy, James.
In the same way that this movie was a Vanilla Ice commercial, you're now turning it into a Mountain Dew commercial.
Vanilla Ice does sound like a soft drink.
It sounds really good, actually. It sounds very refreshing.
Oh, man, I could go for a cold glass of Vanilla Ice right now.
Yeah. Phil, can I tell you my idea based only on a line of dialogue in this movie and nothing else?
Yes, you certainly can.
So when Vanilla Ice meets his lady love in this movie, he's on a big ol' ugly ass motorcycle and she is on a horse.
Yeah, horses are sort of the ugly motorcycles of the past.
Yeah, also he doesn't know how to ride one. He got on that horse backwards when she tried to show him how.
He made a real horse's ass of himself.
Yep. But anyway, he meets her and she's on a horse, and then he's talking to his dance crew later. Yeah, his homeboys, as he calls them in this movie. And he's like, I'm gonna go see this girl, and one of them's like, what girl? And he says, that chick who drives the horse. So my movie's called The Horse Driver.
Mm-hmm. So is it kind of like that movie Driver, where a chick on a horse comes into town and sort of without ever saying a single word inserts herself into the problems of some down on their luck folks and stomps the piss out of somebody's mouth in an elevator?
Wait, was that movie called Driver or Drive?
No, yeah, it was Drive, huh?
Yeah, The Horse Drive.
The Horse Drive.
It's just that movie, but it's a horse in Ryan Gosling's cool scorpion jacket.
Oh, okay. So it's not a chick who drives the horse. It's just the horse drive. So it's just Drive, but with a horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I like that a lot.
And not like a BoJack Horseman either. Like not a bipedal humanoid horse. A horse.
A bisexual quadrupedal horse.
Yeah.
A bisexual equine horse.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the tagline. It's quadrupedal, bisexual.
Unilateral.
By the way, real quick, James, speaking of taglines, can we talk about the tagline for the movie Cool as Ice? Because it is fucking bananas.
Hold on.
I want you to look at the poster to Cool as Ice here, because it says, when a girl has a heart of stone, there's only one way to melt it. Just add ice.
Wait.
That doesn't make any sense on any level.
You add ice to freeze something.
A, yes, you add ice to freeze things. B, you don't melt stones.
Oh, it's... The only thing that comes to mind is that old South Park bit from the episode with Spielberg and George Lucas where they're like, no, we have to cool their hot heart with a cool, cold beat. Wait, no, I thought we were warming their cold hearts with a hot island beat.
Yes, but even less sense than that.
When a girl...
When a girl has a heart of stone, there's only one way to melt it. Just add ice. It's not even pithy, like it's long and clunky, and it makes no sense on 7 different levels.
Like every angle they were trying to come at it with, it's just like they missed it slightly.
What were their worst ideas that didn't make it onto the movie poster for Cool as Ice?
Ice will melt this frozen heart.
Her heart in this metaphor is the Titanic, and the glacier is Vanilla Ice, except it's good and sex this time.
He'll split your Titanic hull.
James, can I give you another idea?
Please do. I have very few. There was very little to go on in this movie. Phil, I'll be honest, most of my other ideas are just this movie, but with different folks or things instead of Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I got something similar to that. So there's a rap song. The first 10 minutes or so of this movie is Vanilla Ice rapping a rap song.
Yeah.
While Naomi Campbell just sings next to him and then dances next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he raps in that rap song about the 7 dwarves for a little bit, how he's not grumpy or sleepy or anything.
Yeah.
So my idea for a movie was Snow White, but white is in parentheses, so it's Snow and then white in parentheses, and it's the story of Snow White, but it's starring the white rapper Snow.
Oh, shit. shit. Who's the informer he's gonna licky boom boom down on?
I think all 7 dwarfs.
Oh, they're all informing on him. God damn it.
They've all been reporting to that evil queen, and
Oh,
he's got a licky
shit.
boom boom down on every single one of them. The 7 dwarfs, of course, being
Grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
The stupid one.
That's gonna be Dopey.
Doc?
Yeah, you got a Doc. You got 4 more.
Bashful.
Mm-hmm.
Sleepy?
Yo, yeah, 2 left.
Rugged.
Yep, rugged. What's the last one?
Vanilla Ice.
And Vanilla Ice. Yeah, those are the 7 dwarfs.
Most of those were real, I think.
Yeah, you missed Happy and Sneezy.
Oh, of course, Sneezy. You know, the 7th personality trait, Sneezy. I feel like they ran out of personality traits real quick, like happy, grumpy, dopey, and then for 2 of them, they were just like, Sneezy? And then Doc?
Well, so because people were really concerned that Sneezy was actually going to get sick because it was depression times when that movie came out. So they wanted to reassure the audience and let them know there was a Doc nearby in case things took a turn.
Yeah, got it. In case that Sneezy turns out to be a case of the consumption.
Yeah. Old Sneezy got
tuberculosis.
It was tuberculosis the whole time. Dang it. Give me your insert rapper here.
Oh, none of them are rappers.
Okay. Well, what do you got?
No, my first idea was it's this movie, but it's Weird Al.
Okay, so Weird as Al.
Weird as Al, yeah. Yep. That is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's the same basic plot, wandering polka player comes into town with his accordion.
Yeah.
And falls in love with a nice girl who drives a horse until her brother gets kidnapped and he has to rescue them with polka. Now, Vanilla Ice, because he's such a cool rap guy, he drives a fucking bright yellow motorcycle. What cool vehicle does Weird Al ride into town on?
I think it's just a sidecar.
It's a sidecar that he's pushing along with an oar.
Yeah, it's a sidecar that is, I think it's got bellows. It's got accordion bellows that he has to inflate and deflate to propel himself forward.
He's just rigged up like an actual fireplace bellows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's shoveling coal back into there to keep that fire going, and he's bellowing it. It's like a steam engine.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like the pressure of the air is pushing him along.
Yeah, but hot air from the coal fire.
But okay, so he's kind of a hot air balloon, but like on its side.
Yeah, that's what it is. And because this movie's the weird version, James, instead of a horse, this girl drives
a duck.
Yeah, it's a big duck.
It's just a real big duck.
Mm-hmm. It's a horse-sized duck. Remember that meme?
Yeah, it's just a really big rubber ducky, and no one believes it's alive but her. And then in the finale, it does actually prove that it is alive when it comes to rescue her with Mr. Weird.
Yeah, and then it does a rap song for everybody.
Mm-hmm. In the like the Donald Duck voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's insufferable.
Yeah.
James, I have an idea here for a movie that is, so in this movie, Vanilla Ice has a lot of weird stuff carved into his hair area.
Yeah, one side he's got, so it took me until about halfway through the movie to realize that both sides of his head didn't have the same lines shaved into them.
No, one side was a brick wall.
And the other side is like parallel lightning bolts.
Yeah, which is cool. We can all agree is cool and a cool thing to do. But what's even cooler is my idea here is called a hair animation.
Oh, so the whole movie takes place on the sides of his scalp.
The whole movie takes place on the sides of his scalp, and then it's just stop motion animated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's just a nasty hair cartoon.
It's just Vanilla Ice. It's kind of like, Phil, have you seen the Disney film Moana?
I have not. I'm aware of it.
You should give it a watch. It's quite delightful. The Rock is in it. Jermaine Clement is in it. Lin-Manuel wrote the music.
I hate to be delighted.
Anyway, in that movie, The Rock's character Maui is covered in tattoos, and he kind of like tells his own origin story, like on his tattoos as they move around to do it. So I think it's the origin story of Vanilla Ice told in his hair.
Uh-huh. Yeah, about how he got him named Vanilla Ice.
Mm-hmm. He was drinking a cool, refreshing soda, and he added some vanilla to it, and he called it a Vanilla Ice, and someone was like, yo, that'd be a good rap name. And he was like, you think I should rap? Okay.
Yeah, it's a short movie, which is good because it would take forever to film because each frame has to be shaved into his head, grown out, and then shaved again for the next frame.
Yeah. We're committed to authenticity. We can't use substitute heads.
No, only Vanilla Ice's head because for verisimilitude, James.
Yep.
Can I give you another idea?
Please?
This one is pretty self-explanatory. It's Captain Cold as Ice.
It's just this movie, but it's Leonard Snart.
Yeah, it's Leonard Snart, played by Wentworth Miller.
Yeah.
I think he gets trapped in a little one-horse town. With his cold ray gun, and of course he's gonna. Well, you know what this one-horse town probably has? It's got a bank. Gonna rob it. Yep. You know what this one-horse town also has is a beautiful high school boy.
Yep. Honor student, yeah. Jake Ryan.
Devil 800's on his scholastic assessment test or whatever the fuck they said the entire name of the SATs.
Yep. He has a 5.0 GPA.
And, you know, he's dating a dick, and his dad's a fucking history of violence. But his heart of stone will be melted by the cold rays of Captain Cold's freeze gun.
Yep.
When a boy has a heart of stone, there's only one way to melt it. Just add freeze ray gun.
Can I throw another what if this movie but different musician at you?
Please do.
What if this movie but it's Imagine Dragons?
I don't know, James. What if?
It's the whole band, though, Phil. It's not just the one guy. The whole band comes to town, and the person they fall in love with does fall in love with them as a full unit.
Okay.
And then at the end, they Voltron style together to make a very big man, or a very big person to fight the kidnappers and rescue the boy.
Who also makes terrible music?
Yep.
Is it, like, what's that music video they did where it's all Muppets?
Radioactive?
Yeah, is the whole town full of the Muppets from Radioactive?
Yeah, they are. And also the spiky dance people from the Thunder music video.
Yeah, listen, what I love about this idea is that I hate it, and I hate Imagine Dragons. And they're garbage, and this idea is garbage.
Yeah.
And you're fired.
Look, I was trying to think of someone as terrible as Vanilla Ice. I landed on Imagine Dragons.
I think that's unfair to Vanilla Ice, to be completely honest with you.
Bold.
Can I give you another idea here, James?
Yeah.
It's there's a scene in this movie where Vanilla Ice jumps his motorcycle over a fence and lands in front of the girl riding the horse and scares them very badly.
Mm-hmm. The chick who drives the horse, yeah.
What if instead of doing that, he'd crashed his motorcycle directly into the horse, and he and the chick had both died, and the horse lived, but the motorcycle parts got so inextricably mashed into it that the doctors couldn't remove them and instead had to integrate them into its horse physiology and create a powerful motorcycle horse.
And now that horse is on its quest to find the horse driver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It needs a driver, James. It's a motorcycle horse. It's a cruel crime against nature and motorcycleology.
Mm-hmm.
But its horse brain is still equine enough to know that it craves to be saddled and rid.
Yep. And
it's got to find the person out there who is chick enough to handle this horse hog.
Yeah. And I think that person is
Miley Cyrus.
Perfect. Yeah. Bangers era Miley Cyrus when she kind of had Vanilla Ice hair anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and it's seeking Robo Horse.
Oh.
Heat seeking Robo Horse.
Wait. The horse does fire missiles out of its mouth.
Mm-hmm. James, what other ideas do you have?
Not many. What if this movie, but it's just, this is when I got so frustrated about the degree to which Vanilla Ice was not involved with the story of this movie. So I finally just said, what if it's this movie, but it's a big old bear?
What do you mean? What's a big bear?
Vanilla Ice. He's just a big old bear instead. I just really like the image of like a bear unaware of everything that's going on around him, just kind of wandering through town, and then people just keep running up to him. Like, the dad just runs up to this bear and is like, you stay away from my daughter, and you get out of my town, because you're dangerous. And the bear's just kind of pawing out a jar of honey. And then the girl runs up to the bear, and she's like, oh, bear, my brother's gone missing, and my boyfriend is such a dick. And the bear just goes like, moo. He's just walking through town, and the boyfriend comes up to him and is like, hey, you stay away from my girl, or I'm going to fuck up your motorcycle, man. And bear's just kind of scratching him belly.
Yeah, I guess. It's, in the movie's called
Bear in the City.
Cool Bear in the Hot City.
Yep. When a girl has a heart of stone, there's only one way to melt it, and that's with just add a cool bear this time.
Just add a cool bear. It's a polar bear.
Yep.
Tremendous. Can I give you another idea?
Yes, please.
Everyone in this in this movie wears words all over their clothes.
Yeah, they do.
Vanilla Ice has a jacket that's all words.
There's words all over There's words all over the furniture. At one point, a dude is sitting in a chair which just has the text of green eggs and ham printed all over it.
Yeah, it's really whimsical.
Mm-hmm.
The belt buckles have word, hair have word, everything has words.
Yep.
So my idea was a fella or person who's cursed with clothing that prints out all of their sins on it. Every sin they commit is worn for everyone to see on their clothing, and it's called the coat of harms.
That's pretty good.
So it's kind of like Scarlet Letter, except for sins.
See,
all sins.
I was gonna say it should be something like the undershirt of Dorian Gray.
Yeah, except it's on the outside and it's a coat.
The pea coat of Dorian Gray.
Ooh, that one's good.
Yeah, so it prints all their sins. And now I am just kind of running with my own Dorian Gray angle here. But like the coat prints all their sins, but also the more words that are on it, the more fashionable it is. So the cooler they look, and the more sins they got to do.
Yeah, I think eventually you've done so many sins, and the words have gotten so small. Now it's just like a nice herringbone pattern. Got to come at it with a microscope to see all those lusts and sodomies on there.
Yeah, and all those times you wore mixed fabrics.
Yep. Yeah, that's the irony, is the coat itself is made of mixed fabrics and is therefore a sin. So wait, are the sins like actual ethical wrongs that you've done, like moida, or are they just Bible dogmas?
Just the Bible ones, I think.
Okay, so our hero can still be a good thirsty big boy, but they're doing Bible crimes like covetousness and sodomizing and mixed fabricing and eating meat on a Friday.
Eating shellfish. Yeah, let's get some of the Old Testament stuff in there. They had a cheeseburger. Not supposed to put cheese on meat.
Really?
Yep.
Why not?
The same reason you're not supposed to do anything else, Phil. God said so.
Man, I hope the clown McDonald is ready to burn in hell.
I feel like anytime Adam or Eve asked God, like, why? He was just like, I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Look, I just say things as I come up with them. I'm just spitballing up here. I don't know.
I'm just really concerned about your diet.
Don't ever look. It's a sin now. Don't ever look at a leaf while you're thinking about a tennis racket. That's you. Don't do it. That's a sin.
Okay, we're not going to write that one down because I feel like it's never going to come up, but okay.
Oh, yeah? Try it now. Try and look at a leaf and not think about a tennis racket now. You can't do it.
Well, yeah, now...
Don't think about a pink elephant. See? Now you're thinking about it. I put the thought in your brain. I'm God. I'm omnipotent.
Hey, I just got a good idea for a movie. I'm going to invent Chris Nolan in 2,000 years to make it.
What's the movie?
Inception.
Well, James, we've been recording for over an hour now. I feel like we need to put our dollar down and pick one of these bad ideas and fix this movie.
Yeah. Which one, though, Phil?
I don't know. I'm leaning towards either I'm a big boy and also thirsty, or maybe the Weird Al one. Horse Drive is pretty good, too, to be honest.
Quadrupedal bisexual horse drive?
Yeah.
I also don't mind the horse bike one.
No, we could combine those two ideas.
Well, okay. So it would at that point be about a half horse, half motorcycle wearing a scorpion jacket going around like beating people to death for the lady he loves or
the person
he loves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You when you said it in a tone that was incredulous and made me think that it was bad, but the words you were saying were very good.
Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, so
do we know the thing in Drive is like when the Ryan Gosling, you don't know his backstory really. You don't know from whence he came. He's just this silent mystery man of danger and arousal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true of the Robo horse? Does this horse just roll into town on motorcycle wheels and they've got spark plugs sticking out of their flesh and they look like a big old RoboCop mess?
Yep.
But they have a cool jacket and they're very silent, mysterious, and solving crimes. Or do we know about? Does it start with the
Vanilla Ice crashing his motorcycle into Horse Girl?
Yeah, through a horse.
I don't think it starts with that. I think it's revealed throughout the course of the movie.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: does the horse and the motorcycle point in the same direction?
Not anymore.
Because I feel like he crashed that motorcycle right into the side of this horse.
So the horse part is perpendicular to the motorcycle part.
Yeah. Yeah, so when it's doing horse stuff, it's just clopping around, straight forward. But then as soon as it's got time to drive, it's got to go sideways.
Wait, so the horse still has legs?
Uh-huh.
So
it's just also a motorcycle.
So the horse
it just tucks those legs in, plops down on them wheels, and starts riding sideways.
It's like the shittiest Transformer where it just has to, literally all it does is turn 90 degrees.
Yep.
The horse just jumps and then turns 90 degrees and lands on the wheel.
Yeah, and revs up real good.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I was picturing I was basically picturing the grandma cat lady where it's like split down the middle, only long ways.
Mm-hmm.
So just top part horse, bottom part motorcycle. And
yeah, it's kind of like that, except flip it sideways.
And the horse still has legs.
And I think that there's this mysterious somebody riding around on a motorcycle like robbing banks and doing getaway driving and like also, beating the piss out of the pants of every fucking bad gangster in town who's menacing this special someone.
Uh-huh.
But no one knows that it's this horse with a motorcycle sticking out of them that's just the quiet horse who works down at the garage.
The only thing they know about him is that they wear a scorpion jacket and they have a lot of difficulty making it through doors. They're too wide both ways, can't get through no doors.
Get stuck on so many doors. Oh, man. That's why it works in a garage, because garage doors are the only ones they can fit through.
And also, they just need a lot of mechanical and veterinary attention.
Yeah. They're a fucking mess, dude. It's just a horse with a motorcycle stuck in them.
Oh, you got an awful lot of blood in your carburetor.
And you got you got a whole lot of motorcycle in your organs.
Whoop, your kidney got sucked into the exhaust pipe again. Hold on, let me fish that out for you.
Your horse stomach is getting burnt up by this hot motorcycle engine.
I'm amazed you're alive.
Or that this motorcycle still runs.
Look, it turns out that blood and motor oil serve about the same function in an engine.
Who knew? Also, is Vanilla Ice's face just like pressed? Is there like an imprint of Vanilla Ice's face on the inside of the horse's stomach? Is he just still in there?
No, on the outside. Look, his body can't properly heal anymore. So, like, everything that happens to him just kind of gets, like, patched up or bandaged. So he just has Vanilla Ice's face on the outside of him, just imprinted on his horse chest.
Yeah, that's right. But Vanilla Ice is inside, so we're on the outside. We're seeing the outline of Vanilla Ice's face.
Oh, no. I was saying, like, Vanilla Ice smacked into that horse and, like, left a cartoonish imprint that's still there.
I meant that Vanilla Ice drove the motorcycle into the horse and then died, and his face is pressed on the inside of the horse's flesh, and we see an outline of it coming out.
Okay, but so since he hit it sideways, he wouldn't be entirely contained in that horse.
Yeah, there's a Vanilla Ice leg sticking out on the other side.
Yeah. So really what the horse needs is a team of a vet, a mechanic, and a human doctor, because if Vanilla Ice dies, like, there's going to be all sorts of complications of infection and stuff going on in there. So someone's keeping Vanilla Ice alive, too, as he's just kind of constantly like, help!
Yeah, I think the horse, like the Gosling in Drive, is very silent and moody and mysterious, but that mood is frequently broken by Vanilla Ice's desperate screams from inside his torso.
Where did you come from? What brought you to my small town? Oh my goodness, you won't even look me in the eye, so mysterious.
Yeah, the horse just like and just looks away.
It's really hard to make direct eye contact with a horse anyway, since the eyes is on the side of their heads.
Yeah, they got those prey eyes. Plus, you can't walk up behind them or they'll kick you in the fucking head.
And in this case, also just grind your skin with their motorcycle wheel.
Yeah, I think we need a scene that's the big motorcycle race, and the bad guys it's for all of the marbles. The bad guys are catching up quick on their motorcycles, and the horse is just kicking the shit out of them on either side as it's speeding down the road.
I think the bad guys pull some like wacky races type shit, and they've got maybe like a detour sign that leads the horse in the wrong direction. And so they think they're in the clear. They're going to win the big motorcycle race and, I don't know, demolish the community center. And they're driving side by side, high-fiving, and then who comes speeding up right between them? It's the horse motorcycle, and he just kicks them both.
Yeah, but not in a cool way. I think every time the motorcycle takes control, the horse is fucking terrified. As is Vanilla Ice. No one likes what's happening, but no one can stop it. Yeah. James, should we cast this monstrosity?
Yeah. So we're not. I don't want to cast Vanilla Ice as himself because he'd be bad.
Yeah, that's accurate.
He would do a very unconvincing job as man trapped inside horse and motorcycle. Also.
Oh my God, this movie rules. What are we calling this thing?
Is
it just called Horse Drive?
I think it's called Horse Drive. Wait. No, it is called Horse Drive, but I have the tagline.
Okay, what is it?
This motorcycle has some serious horsepower.
Yeah, that's pretty good. When a girl has a heart of stone, the only way you can melt it is a motorcycle with a lot of horsepower. So we're going to do that thing we do where we go to the IMDb 2018 movie list and roll some dice to pick a random movie, and then roll some dice again to pick a random person, and that's going to be who we cast to play these roles.
Yeah. I'm also going to pull up a list of the most famous horse movies, and we can roll some dice for that to cast our horse.
Okay. Are we casting a human voice for the horse, or does the horse never speak?
No, only Vanilla Ice speaks. The horse never speaks.
Let's cast Vanilla Ice from the movie Slender Man.
Ooh.
The role of Vanilla Ice trapped inside a horse is going to be played by Michael Riley Burke.
Sure. Uh-huh. It doesn't super matter. He's only going to be seen from the waist down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the face outline. We're definitely going to mocap his face and then CGI it onto the side of the horse.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah. We just can't have Vanilla Ice do it because even his legs are bad actors.
Mm-hmm.
Phil, can you just roll me a 1 through 6 and we'll cast the horse?
You've got a 4.
So our horse is going to be Hidalgo.
Hidalgo?
It's Hidalgo.
What a beautiful horse.
And I want to be clear that our horse is not the horse who played Hidalgo in the movie Hidalgo. It's Hidalgo.
It's literally Hidalgo. We're going to drive a fucking motorcycle into him.
Yep.
Let's cast our down on her luck, menaced by gangs of town love interest. From the movie Sherlock Gnomes again.
Again?
Yeah. The dice love Sherlock Gnomes.
They love Sherlock Gnomes and they love Robin Hood.
It's going to be Emily Blunt.
Rad. Very good.
Yeah, Emily Blunt is, she falls for that quiet, mysterious horse who's rolled into town on motorcycle wheels. She doesn't know what it is about that horse, but the horse is the first horse who's ever stood up for her. Who
else do we need to cast? Should we cast some just bad folks?
We need a main villain, and then we also need a Bryan Cranston-style horse friend who works at the garage.
Ooh, yeah.
Is a mentor to the horse.
And I think we also need Daddy. We need Emily Blunt's dad.
Okay.
What?
I don't remember that from Drive.
No, it's from this movie.
Oh, okay.
The overprotective parent who doesn't want their kid associating with this ne'er-do-well horse bike.
Yeah. From this, it's from the wrong side of the horse racing track, James.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Our main villain, our bad gangster, our motorcycle meanie from the movie Smallfoot. It's going to be Yara Shahidi.
Cool and good?
Yeah, she's the bad girl in town. She's the motorcycle queen who I run these streets. I don't have any time for this horse business.
God damn it.
Quit horsing around, but for serious.
I'll send you off to the glue factory and also the scrap yard and also the
and also the regular graveyard for people.
I was going to say, and also the CD bargain bin, but yeah, that's good.
And also the near a heater.
The what? Oh, because
also near a heater.
Because he's ice.
Mm-hmm. Bryan Cranston.
Who's going to play Bryan Cranston?
Look, we cast Vanilla Ice. We can cast Bryan Cranston. From the movie A Quiet Place.
Emily Blunt.
Wait, whoops.
No, do it. We have to see if we can get Emily Blunt.
Yeah, it's Emily Blunt.
So she's definitely got on like she's definitely doing like a Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor kind of thing where she's playing a dual role, but one is heavily prosthetics.
Yeah, she's doing she's doing a Suspiria.
Yes.
And yeah, and like Tilda Swinton in Suspiria, Emily Blunt is going to be playing a fully nude man.
Look, he's just a nudist. It's just a part of his character. It's fine.
Yeah, he's always covered in mechanical grease.
Why get his shirt dirty?
Getting his dingling caught in a carburetor.
In a bike chain.
Oh, man. Had to stop working on bikes, kept getting my hog caught in the hog chain.
Let's see here. Let's just see if it's running. Ooh, yeah, that engine's running real nice. Whoop, lost my dingus. I really got to start wearing like a sock or something so it quits hanging so low.
But that would go against my nudist ideology. Gotta play the cards we're dealt. Ain't that right, motorcycle horse? Okay, so we've got two blunts, two furious.
That's what I say every 420, bro.
Oh, blaze it. I like that. It's like that 311 song, I Smoke Two Blunts in the Morning.
Mm-hmm.
That song by 311.
Yeah, that band, 311.
My favorite band, 311, and their song that they did, I Smoke Two Blunts in the Morning. Do you know why 311's called 311, James?
Something to do with Satan. I don't remember.
It's because it's 420 minus 69.
Hate that so much. Hate it. I wish you were kidding, but I'm pretty sure you're dead serious.
I'm kidding. The math does not work out at all.
Oh, really? Look, even if the math didn't work, 311 sucks enough that I could see that being the story behind their band name.
Let's cast the overbearing parental figure to Emily Blunt the first. From the movie Escape Plan 2 Hades. It's gonna be 50 Cent.
Fuck yeah.
50 Cent's Emily Blunt's very overbearing father.
It's fitting, in this movie the dad was afraid of a rapper.
Cent.
And now in our movie, the dad is a rapper.
Did you hear what I said? I said fitting Cent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my name's Curtis Jackson, and one thing I'll tell you about me is I don't like horses or motorcycles anywhere near my daughter.
My daughter, Emily Blunt Jackson.
Yeah. Also, I'm not crazy about this weird nudist.
Also, is that Vanilla Ice in there?
Oh, man. James, we did it.
We did.
We made a horse drive.
Look, when a girl has a heart of stone, there's only one thing to do to melt it. Just add horse drive.
Just add horse drive. Wait, what was it though? There was a motorcycle one that you had that was good.
You just need horsepower.
Yeah, when this girl's got a heart of stone, the only way you can melt it is add horsepower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most nonsensical movies we've made in a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, James.
Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening and participating and appreciating and, successor baiting. Thank you to Cusick for the use of your song Dragonfly as our theme song. Thank you just an advance thank you for having reviewed and rated this podcast on iTunes. And
which we know you will.
We know that you're going to do it in the future, and you already have done it in the future. So we're thanking you now. So now if you don't do it, you're going to be a real Rudum.
Yeah. And also you already are.
You are now a Rudum if you haven't done it in the future, but we know that you won't be because you have already. You did it.
Yeah.
You can follow our podcast on Twitter if you want at Movie Improvie. You can follow me on Twitter at Phil Stressman. You can follow James on Twitter at Dr. Professor Man. That's not it. Doc Professor Man.
Yep. Like the dwarf.
Yeah, just think the dwarf plus the job plus the type of human is the way to. That's the handy mnemonic I use.
The dwarf plus the job plus the social construct.
Nice. Well, James, you know what? Sometimes when your motorcycle, you forgot to put your kickstand down, your motorcycle falls over.
There's only one way to melt it.
Come on, step it up.
Gotta go fast.
Oh my God. Goodbye.
Goodbye.